All right, guys, here's the update on the 7.3s. So this is my wife's 2002, almost 300,000 4x4. There's mine. Now, mine stopped running. I've changed the ICP, the CPS, the ICP pigtail. It all kind of coincided with the fuel filter change, which I don't understand. So there's the new pigtail for the ICP. I got another new fuel filter. What the heck, started from there. I cleaned out all of the pigtails and sensors down below. I thought maybe I got some diesel fuel on it. I checked the valve cover rubbing on the harness. So I think it might be the IDM. So a little bit frustrated. You know, I mean, I shouldn't be, because this truck I've had, I think, for 6 or 7 years. Never had an issue, just changed the oil, fuel filter. This one, I think the only thing that I've done is the water pump and routine maintenance. So, you know, these trucks are great. So I've got a friend coming over with a scan tool tonight after work, and we're gonna see what comes up, and I'll throw the codes up and see what you guys think. I think it's the IDM is not speaking to the computer. I think it's shot. So what happened is, after the fuel filter change, which, you know, I've done a million times, hard start to a no start. Ran for a couple days. I thought maybe a sensor got wet, something like that, with the diesel fuel. But I didn't think it was the cam position sensor, because I've had them gone out before while I'm driving. You're just dead in the water. But I had an extra, I always keep a spare, so I had a spare in this truck that came with the truck, so I put it in. Thought, well, you know what, maybe that was a bad one from the early recall days. So I had one in this truck that I bought, and always keep one in the trucks with a 10 mil. So that one in there, and I've got fuel, it's pressurized at the bowl. So I think it's the IDM. So I don't have a scan tool. So my friend Jesse's coming over. We're gonna throw a scanner on it and then see what's going from there. Meantime, I'm gonna charge the batteries back up. And yeah, I could tow it to a shop or tow it to a dealer. But I like troubleshooting some stuff when I have time and learning more about these vehicles. I mean, I love the 7.3s. I had a 97 OBS crew cab short bed, got hit in total, which was just the holy grail last year, that body style. Straight piped, sounded like a Mack truck. It was beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the IDM. It's got to be the IDM at this point. Also checked, you know, the oil levels. I pulled out the drain or the viewing plug here and the sensor, and, you know, I've got oil right here, inch below where it's supposed to be. So, you know, I'm thinking this is fine. I just think possibly the IDM, which is, I think, in the fender well over here. Not a big deal to get to. Probably $300-400 for a remanufactured one with the core charge. So that's the story on the old 7.3 Power Stroke. And then when I get this one running, I've got to address this one, because driving around town, it's great, works fine. We just towed our 26-foot trailer camping, and going uphill under load, this thing smokes pretty good. I got an oil leak somewhere, maybe on the back of the turbo. I'm thinking you can really smell the smoke, the oil burning inside the cabin. I'm just gonna say all 7.3s leak, you know, whether it's at the dipstick or somewhere. So I know I got an oil leak. I want to address that. I don't like the kids smelling the oil in the cabin when we're towing. So I never want to sell these trucks, right? I mean, I know there's better trucks out there with technology, but these things, other than the challenge I'm having right now, are basically bulletproof, right? This one we've had for almost 11 years. Like I said, I've done the water pump. This one I think I've had for 6 or 7. Brakes, oil changes, fuel filter, and they've been great. Towed, camped, beach, car shows, towing the other trailer to the car show. So love my 7.3s, love my Power Strokes, and that's the story. So I'm gonna put all the stuff away, let the batteries charge till Jesse comes over, and you guys know what it is. Let me know. I know I didn't check the fuel. It's not, there's no smoke coming out of the exhaust, right? So it's not getting fuel. And I know you're gonna say we sprayed starter fluid. They'll fire right up with starter fluid. The tach goes up. So I knew the CPS was good, but I changed it anyways because I had one. Why not? But it's not getting fuel. It's not getting fuel. So something's not communicating. Like I said, 300,000. And yeah, I guess it's 4-day. 74 F250, 66 Mustang convertible in the garage. I love my cars and trucks. All right, I'll let you guys know tonight. I'll throw this video together and get it up. But somebody out there knows. You know, the only other thing I'm thinking is that if these weren't soldered together good, I started to do it. I got all that stuff in there, and a buddy stopped by, as an electrician, and he solders better than I do. So he goes, I'll do it for you. Unless we mix up the wires, which he's a sharp guy. You just kind of follow the leads that were on there from the other pigtail. There was oil on it, so it did definitely need to be replaced. So between the pigtail and that, there's 230 bucks. The CPS I had, but that's probably another 40 bucks. I'm about 300 bucks into the repair. How much more will I spend and how much more? I spent more time, but I like to learn. I watched YouTube University. I've watched all you good old diesel mechanics who know what you're doing. So other than that, maybe the fuel bowl is clogged. That's the only thing I could think, is to rebuild the fuel bowl. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll get the scan tool on it, see what it says, and go from there. I'd rather be surfing or mountain biking or even cutting the grass, but this stuff's got to be done. So another joyful day in sunny Southern California. It's beautiful out, and having fun with cars. We'll see y'all later.